first presentation, week 1, about cardiovascular exercise. So as a personal trainer, I want to make sure that we're communicating to our community at home today how important strength training is, obviously, which we'll go over in another week, which you started with your trainer. But this is for you to be doing on your own outside of sessions, and it's crucial to fat loss. I'm going to talk to you about cardiovascular, which is HIIT training, high intensity interval training, steady state cardiovascular, and your heart rate. So cardiovascular training, it is where we're getting our heart rate up to a point where we're starting to become aerobic. We need oxygen to support our body. So it's working at a point where we're burning more calories and we're expending energy. And so there's 3 different types of cardiovascular that we're going to talk about today. HIIT, high intensity interval training. What is it? I'm sure you've heard a lot of buzz about it, and how do you really do it? Well, there's one really easy way. You can do HIIT with the elliptical, the treadmill, running, anything. I used to do it on runs through my neighborhood. So I would go stoplight to stoplight. I would sprint, and then I'd go slower. But the idea is this, is that when you're going to get a timer on or get your heart rate up, you're going to go all out. So for some people, you may be starting at 30 seconds of an all out burst of energy. So that could be sprinting, that can be sled runs, that can be jump squats, jumping lunges, burpees. It's some way to get your heart rate really up there. And then you want to slow it down and go slower for squats, or maybe you're just jogging or going into a walk. So you're really letting your body rest for maybe a minute, and then you're going to hit it again, but it has to be all out. So the next kind of down and dirty high intensity interval training I like is Tabata, because it continues to keep your heart rate on demand, but you get that 10 seconds to kind of catch your breath and then go as hard as you can again. So these are the types of activities, the high intensity interval training, the Tabata, that you want to be doing 3 to 4 times a week for 20 to 30 minutes. So here's the deal. If you're truly doing high intensity interval training, you are going so hard that you're not able to do this really any more than 20 minutes. 30 is max. And you don't want to be doing this 6 days a week either. So this is, 3 days a week should be enough to burn fat. And here's the reason why high intensity interval training is so good. It has to do with EPOC, so there's post-exercise oxygen consumption. And so this happens when we strength train, but it also can happen when we do high enough intensity interval training. This happens, what it is that our heart rate is going to slow down and rest, but even after the exercise, it was so intense, our body is still trying to regain its composure, basically. So it's working overtime to restore itself because of the muscles that you were moving and how much energy you expended. So we're going to burn more calories in the next 24 hours due to the bursts of energy that we put out and that really shocked our body. And what's nice is that at any fitness level, you don't really adapt to this, because every time you do it, you're getting your heart rate up to that maximum for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then you're taking a rest. And so even as you become fitter, you are going to probably do more burpees than you did the first time you did it, or your pace for your sprint is going to be faster. But the idea is that the perceived exertion is that you've gone all out, okay? So again, 3 to 4 times a week, you need to be doing this in conjunction with your personal training sessions. We will put some cardio into your session, but it really, if you want to take it to that next level and see that body fat loss and burn more calories and keep the muscle that you have, you really want to be doing these on your own weekly. So make it your week. Here's an example of a great high intensity interval training workout that you can do at home. And this is why I do like high intensity interval training, because it doesn't have to be super complex. You don't need equipment. You can use your own body and absolutely get a great workout. You don't have to invest in anything. You can just do it. So here's one way to do it. This is a 20-minute high intensity. Repeat the circuit twice to complete a 20-minute workout. So it's 1 minute of jumping jacks, and then you're doing 30 seconds of side lunges, 30 seconds of squats. Then 1 minute you're going to jog on the spot, 30 seconds of burpees, 30 seconds of lunges, 1 minute of skipping. So skipping, yeah, you could probably do like some jump squats, or you could do just a number of things. And then at this point, I would say take a break, because remember, you're going hard, because this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Okay, so if you're going to go all out for 5 minutes, you're going to want to take 30 seconds to catch your breath to a minute, so that you can go on to the next, which is 30 seconds of mountain climbers, 1 minute of jumping jacks, 30 seconds of side lunges, 30-second push-ups, squats, a minute plank, sit-ups, and burpees. So the plank, that's going to be definitely keeping your heart rate up there, but then you're going to want to take a rest again. So this will probably take you about 25 minutes. And if you do a nice warm up before, maybe 5 minutes. So we're talking 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. This to me is very doable, and it's something that you need to put into your schedule outside of your personal training sessions and become disciplined to really get the results that you're looking for. All right, so let's go on to another form of cardiovascular that works to burn fat. It's just different than the HIIT, and there's nothing right or wrong with either one. For some bodies, and I think when we talked in our consult, we onboarded you to Tone Today, steady state cardiovascular is going to work great for those people. And then for others, the HIIT is going to work better. And so I've kind of found that for me, I need a mix. And so I'm always like that. It's like, well, if one thing's great, why don't I do both and just make sure I'm covering all my bases? So I do steady state cardiovascular from time to time, and you can use it treadmill, elliptical, your stair mill, rower, spin bike. And the deal is you want to make sure that your heart rate is 65 to 85% maximum heart rate zone. So what does that mean? Well, typically maximum heart rates are going to be for people 35 and up, anywhere from 160, 155 to 170. So that's a pretty high heart rate, but you want to keep that intensity up, and it really depends on how good a shape you are in. This is just a calc. If you're not in super great shape, you're going to have a lower resting heart rate. So you have higher if you are in better shape. You can push it a little more. So a better way to do this might be for you a perceived exertion scale. So if you're doing a perceived exertion, you are basically able to talk, but you might not want to or feel like it. So you're able to say a few things for sure, but you're not, totally up to talking and having a conversation. I'd say that's about how most of us are in our training sessions as well, because our heart rates are up. We're doing some pretty good cardio, so it's a little bit more than that, though, okay? So you will be getting a pretty good sweat on. You want to do this for 30 to 45 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. So if you're doing a mixture, let's say you want to do high intensity interval trainings 2 days a week, and then you'd like to do 2 days of steady state for 45 minutes. That is great. And that's going to definitely keep it so that you don't have to, make sure you're crunching calories as much. You can really get your body in great shape. This is good for your health, and it's going to help you to burn more at rest too. But really, steady state cardiovascular is good in the moment, so it doesn't naturally do that epoch. And just keep in mind, if you are doing a perceived exertion, you'll constantly be pushing yourself, because one of the downfalls of steady state cardiovascular is that your body adapts each time you're doing the cardiovascular. And so it becomes easier for you the 5th time that you run 3 miles, obviously, because your body is getting stronger and better at it, more efficient than the first time when you ran 3 miles. So if you just continued at the same speed, 3 miles for weeks and weeks, after a while, you're going to be burning, much less calories than you did the first time. So if you just go off a perceived exertion or a maximum heart rate scale, then you know that you're continuing to push your heart rate into that zone that you're going to be seeing maximum cardiovascular benefits. Your heart is getting stronger, your body is not adapting as quickly, you're constantly kind of pushing the limit on that. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick, update on this is for everybody in Tone Today. You want to be doing your sessions, but we have classes at Tone Today that promote cardiovascular. So when you come into our boot camp or HIIT classes, that is the main thing that we're working on. We're going to be doing circuits, or we're going to be doing cardio stuff so that you're getting your heart rate up. And Pilates is the same way. It's a Pilates fusion class, and that is geared towards cardiovascular plus core strength. So that's a great mixture. So if you're having trouble doing this on your own, make sure just to come to the classes, get a couple in, and then get some on your own. So you want to be doing 2 to 3 times a week strength training, and then 3 to 4 times a week of your cardiovascular. And so if that sounds overwhelming to you, start with 1 or 2 a week and build your way up. But that is how you're going to maximize your fat burning potential and get your body toned.